Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. Hope you've all had a lovely Christmas, and here we are in 2021. So I've got some delightful fabrics here to share. The last couple of days I have been putting together these fabric packs. It's all kind of stemmed from I did my craft room, and thank you so much for all your support and lovely comments on my craft room tour video. I'll link it up above in case you haven't seen it, but thank you very much. And as a result of that, I then went on and put together a bit of a sewing room home office, and I will do a home office tour video down the track, but as part of that process, when I did sort through my fabrics and I realized how many lovely fabrics I had, plus I got an awesome buy for some lovely Sanderson fabric. So I've been able to include some generous sized pieces in here. So anyway, without further ado, I'll clean up some of this mess because I was in the process of doing a little bit of sewing, which will make sense a bit further on down the track. But primarily what this is a bit of a showcase of what you get in my packs. And okay, so I'll just pop them aside for now. So thinking about it, when I was deciding if I wanted to do a slow stitching project, I was thinking about what I needed to collect, and that's where I came up with the idea to make these packs for the Etsy shop. So I've done a little bit of research on what I feel is what you need. I'm certainly a novice at it. I have not been doing it for years and years or anything like that, but I've certainly watched a few YouTube videos, and in fact one of my next videos that I'm going to do will be the Sew for the Soul 52-week challenge, the tag challenge. So I'm going to, after I've done this video, I will be putting that together because that's something I would like to do this year. So what I've done is I've gotten some muslin cloth, and it's a good, you'll see here, it's a very generous size, because I also kept in mind that you might want to make a fabric journal cover. So it's a 1/4 fat yard, and I have put the measurements in the Etsy shop listing, and I will link that below in the description box, and in there you will see what I'm about to showcase and all the measurements. The measurements are a rough guide. As you can appreciate, I was hand cutting. I was also putting into consideration, you know, like trying to pick up certain features of the fabric. So some particular fabrics which I thought made nice good focal points, I've tried to kind of keep the patterns intact. So some of them will be slightly different sizes and shapes, but I got this white cotton muslin cloth, which is approximately 18 inches by 22 inches, which I believe is approximately a 1/4 fat piece, if I've said that correctly. Now, I put 6 of these together, but then when I was putting them together, I thought, well, if anyone was making a vintage junk journal, they probably wouldn't want the white. So then I have also made, oh, that's a white one, hold on. So then I also got this. Now this is 100% cotton, and I hope it doesn't glare too much, the shine, but you'll see it's almost like a calico, but it's not. It's like a muslin cloth, and it's 100% cotton, and it's really lovely quality. So so you'll get 1 piece of that. So there are 6 white muslin packs, and then there are 9 of the natural muslin cloth. And then, so I'll just pop these away, and then basically what I did was I just went through and I got, so you get a piece of this curtain lace fabric, which has got the most gorgeous, like little scalloped, almost like little flower designs on it. So you get 1 of those, and again, the measurements are in the, what I might do is copy and paste the measurements and put them in the description box as well. So then we also get this piece of, now this is a heavier I don't know if it's an upholstery fabric, but it's certainly a heavier fabric, and it has these gorgeous little flowers on it, but some of them have also got like a little bird on there as well, like a flying iris or something. I think that's what the bird is. So you get a piece of that, and this one is one that I cut up trying to take advantage of like whatever the feature was in the pattern. So it could be a square or could be an oblong shape if it was the bird, or it could be just, you know, one of the middle pieces, which may not have as many of the flowers, but if you know with slow stitching you can do lots and lots of interesting stitches to bring out the features of certain things. So now this is the Sanderson fabric, and this is a really good example because I wanted to show this. Now this is upholstery fabric, and it is a genuine Sanderson piece from the United Kingdom, and it's called Mardi Gras. You can see just a little bit on the end there. I think that, like, I'm assuming that's United, but some of the pieces actually do say Sanderson and whatever the other name is, and then it says United Kingdom on it. But I have kept the selvage pieces because, as you know, with slow stitching, or if you don't know, with slow stitching you can actually you know, cut a piece or put this piece down, and then you can stitch around this and make this as part of the feature of your work. So this is the Sanderson fabric. Then I put down a little piece of this upholstery fabric, or again, I don't know if it's necessarily upholstery, but it's certainly a heavier, thicker fabric, and it's got some nice texture on there. So there's that little piece there. And then I put in a little piece of this plaid. I love the colours of this, and I've put a little piece of that, and that's like approximately a 5-inch square. And then I had some of this lovely fabric here. I love the colours of this. It's so bright, really rich, deep colours. The flowers are absolutely gorgeous, and I think that's approximately 9 inches or 8 inches across. But anyway, you get one of those, and then now this one here is not a vintage piece, but it's a reproduction of a vintage pattern, a genuine vintage pattern. So it's got lovely little blue ladybirds and these lovely little flowers and like a beautiful green sort of background as well. So I've put a piece of that in there. So that is the only piece of new fabric, but it is a vintage reproduction of a pattern. And then I put this piece here in. Now this just is absolutely gorgeous. It's I don't know if you probably can't see this, I'm not sure, but it's beautiful blossoms, but it's got a little bit of gold flecking through there. Would make awesome like for an Asian Oriental piece, but you know, you can certainly add that in. And then you get this lovely little piece. Now this piece here I did tea dye. I love the pattern, but it was really stark white, and I sort of didn't really like it, so I tea dyed it, and I thought it turned out very, very nice. So those are the fabric pieces there. So it should be 10 pieces of fabric, including the muslin. Then you get this little cellophane bag here, which I've put a lace doily. Now this one isn't lace, but it's all the others are the lace doily. Now this one here, I'll take it out. They're not easy to get in because I was trying to display everything really nicely as well, but I did get a bit of a system going, so I'm sure I can get it back in. Okay, now not all the laces are the same. I just sort of randomly picked out, you know, laces and things, but there are some consistencies in what I was trying to do with them. So this is just some fabric that I foraged. So actually let's start with this little doily here. So you can see whichever way that goes. It almost looks like a little daffodil or something. So you can cut pieces out of that and stitch around there. So you get a doily in each of the packs. And then I found this lovely netting, which has got these gorgeous little embroidered but this is machine embroidered flowers, but nevertheless they're still very pretty. You could add that to your work. And then this is from a top, and I just loved the swirls on this, so that could add some interesting texture. And then this is a bit of cotton embroidered lace, or crochet lace, I think that's called actually, sorry. And this is a piece of pink eyelet lace, but as I say, not all of the packs have got this in it. It's just, you know, I just sort of randomly put some pieces together. And then this is a little bit of eyelet lace with a nice, that's been ruffled nicely, so I thought that could add some interesting texture. And this is like a little piece of rickrack. This is genuine vintage, but it's just such an it's so loose and it's just lovely. So I thought that would look really nice, and you could stitch that. You could put some little seed beads or, you know, little embellishments around that as well. So that's what you get in these. So all of the little cellophane bags roughly have that in it. Certainly those sort of elements in it. And then there's this little pack here of, so in here are buttons. I probably won't open this one up, but hopefully you can see there's approximately 10 buttons. I did count, but I'm hoping that there's 10 buttons in each of them. And I put these little bits of thread when I was going through my my sewing room. I was cleaning up all my fabrics, you know, like ironing them and sorting them out and wrapping them and things like that. And I was pulling all the threads off, and I got this huge, I keep this bowl here. It's a bit empty now, but I keep this bowl, and whenever I do sewing, I just snip my fabrics and I drop them in there. So I got this lovely bundle of just these lovely colours. And so in each of the packets you get your buttons. Now the buttons I have selected, and I've tried to put really interesting textures and colours and nice shimmers. And also I had a top that I unpicked all of the buttons, and that's what's left. But it was a lovely top. And these buttons, I don't know if they're shell, but they certainly feel a bit like it. And they're flat, and they've got the 2 holes in it, so they're perfect for what we do. And I've put at least one of these, and these tiny little buttons, I've put one of each in each of the packets. And then you've got some seed beads, and then, you know, you can see that, you know, I've tried to put, like, because there's that lovely colours, those reds and maroons and things through there. And as I say, I've just chosen the buttons, you know, to try and match in and blend in with the colours. So that's what you get. So with these pieces here, these are 5-inch squares. So my idea for that was that you could make some yo-yos or suffolk suffolk puffs. And I've been making some. So for example, I made that one out of the this material here. So what I did was I found a glass that I had that was approximately 4 inches, and I drew a circle and I cut it out. And this is another example as well of the selvage. So it's got these lovely little butterflies on the side, so you can keep those, and you can stitch and do things around that. And you can also take your piece and you can put it down. So I don't know, if we, for example, just say we had our piece, take all these fabric bits off, and we put our piece down. So if you watch Sew for the Soul videos, they demonstrate exactly the sort of thing that you want to be doing. But I don't know, I'm just playing around here. But say you did something like so. And then say you had a piece from here. and then so you put that piece under there, and then you could take your piece of Sanderson fabric. So obviously you would snip these down and you would just take little pieces as you want them, but let's just use it as an example. So say we put that piece there, and then we put that piece there. But you get the idea. You could take a little piece of cotton lace there, and then you could just stitch it down, and then you could add all your little slow stitching pieces. But I'm honestly, I will be doing some projects, and you know, I will put some pieces together and I'll add some photos in to give you examples of what you can do, but that's the kind of thing that you do. So I'll show you the idea I had with the, oh actually let's go back and do this. I just had an idea then. So say, in fact, I think I like the idea of using, where are we? Where did you go? There it is there. So for some reason this, even though I was very careful, it cut. I was trying to keep a circle. Say you did something like that. I would have to wash this because I did use a washable marker, although it does say air, but anyway. So say you had that, and I was making these Suffolk puffs, but some of these I, that one goes. So you could do something like that. Now, where's the... See, you could do something like that. I think that looks quite good. And the reason I wanted to show you this, to give you an idea, was that with these yo-yos, that's what I thought you could use the thread for. If you have a look, you can see that I've poked the thread in the middle there. Or the other thing you could do is you could get a button and you could sew that down there like that. You could add your stitches. These are your seed beads here. You could add some seed beads. You could, and then by the time you do all your stitching, what my project is I've got a huge big board, and it's got 6, or is it got 9 cork tiles which measure 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. So I've got 9 of them, so 3 rows of 3, and I've covered them with fabric. But what I thought I would do is I would get a 30 by 30 centimeter piece of muslin, and I'm going to just make different little slow stitched projects. And I've actually put my name down for a workshop that's starting in probably next week. I think it's on the 15th of January it starts, and I'm really excited about that. So that's what I thought I would do, is I would just throughout the year I would do 9 of these and then make this lovely feature piece in my room. So you know, you could just keep adding different things, and by the time you add your stitching in, I think that would look very effective. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to go with that. You can do whatever you want. You can see I started making a Suffolk puff. I've known them as yo-yos, but since I've heard that word Suffolk puff, I like using that word as well. I put that together, but I accidentally snapped my piece of thread, so I will just have to redo that one. But those are the seed beads there, so you get blues and blacks, greys, and a few orange and yellow. So I've just put a sprinkle of each in each packet. Well, I think that's enough for me, guys. As I say, I'll put back together, but this is how it will come. So it'll be presented nicely. So you can see here that, you know, this is the piece of lace that you get there, and you get that cotton piece, and you get the rickrack there. But I've also found a cheaper option for international orders, so I can have these shipped for $13.45 And I've got, as I mentioned, I have got 9 of these ones here, which is the ecru coloured muslin cloth, and then I've got 6 of these ones here, which is the white muslin cotton cloth. So I'll call it a day, guys, and I'll get on with my day, finish my listing, and have a great one. Until next time, thank you very much. Bye.